All right, beautiful beings. Feeling called to share this message. So the intention is to empower you. This will be for those with eyes to see and ears to hear in truth. And so throughout our journey, we will, if we're choosing soul evolution, higher states of consciousness, embodiment, we will meet transcendence points, and where we will get massive downpouring of frequency and downpouring of light into our bodies. And so I'm going to touch a little bit on that. Is when we go through that, your body can go through tremors, what appears like anxiety, heart palpitations, brain capacity can be lower because we're getting blasted. And so if you are choosing to evolve, if you are choosing your path, if you are choosing to align yourself with God, you know why you're here and what you came for. You are leading. You are stepping into leadership if you haven't already recognized it. And so we will meet these points of massive expansion, integration, up-leveling on our journey, depending on how much we've done or the work that we are here to provide on the physical plane. And so with that, when you hold more light, you also attract. You not only attract beings that are in resonance to you, that see and remember their own light through you, you also attract the lower dimensional expressions. And so I'm going to talk about that for a second. Due to a recent experience, and I wasn't feeling called to share on it because there was so much I was still moving through. Had an experience yesterday where I knew I was going through a massive integration. So I took the necessary requirements to listen to that and allow myself to ground. And with that, when you are receiving influxes of light, when you're receiving so much information, there are individuals, they're your lower astral beings, that will come in to cause interference. And it's like moths to a flame. And I'll touch on it a little bit because there's some pieces in this, right? So there was some major violations to my human, to myself as a woman. And this isn't to do anything other than I moved through the anger that I needed to. Also commanding things out of the field that are not in resonance and do not need to be on this planet. And with that experience, went into trying to understand why the experience happened. And it's not out of fear, like there was nothing that I was afraid of, but it was coming in to destabilize my experience. And so if you are a light leader, if you are someone here with a big mission and purpose, we're going to have these points where we're faced with the demons, the satanic beings, and they're going to come in to try to deter us from our path, distract us, not allow us to integrate what's needed. And with that, there's this higher recognition of our power and what we're actually doing and what we're bringing here. Because if even the darkness, I don't even want to say darkness, if the lower astral beings are coming in to cause such a disruption, you know you're doing something right, ultimately. Because they don't go for individuals that are easy to already manipulate. They are already feeding off other individuals. And here's the ultimate. They don't have a power source. They are just seeking to survive. If you look at it from a very zoomed out lens, even the parasitic energies and all of these things, they can't attach if they don't have something to attach to. They also don't have a connection. They don't have life force. They don't have a soul essence. They don't have a spirit essence in their being. So they require to feed. They require to distract. They require the energy needed. So in saying all that, so the individual I encountered, there are beings, and I've said this before, and when I'm called, I'll go into a deeper one, but there are soulless beings on this planet. And that could be for a multitude of reasons, that they are just matter. They are, and you could say, just a living thing. They don't have a soul, they don't have a spirit, they don't have an essence. And that could be for various reasons. But when and this could be the same for individuals that aren't doing the necessary work to evolve. They leave themselves susceptible to other beings and other things to work through them. And this individual that I had the experience with yesterday, soulless being, all satanic and demonic coding throughout his being, and he was an open vessel. And so that's what they look for, because they can use them. And so with that being shared, is there something else around that? There's something else with this. There's something more. No. So, there may be individuals in our experience, known, unknown, that are basically unaware that they are being utilized. And some are, like I said, empty vessels and being utilized. And I've had to move through so many pieces of commanding things out of people, removing things, entities, parasitic energies. I mean, there's a whole array of things I could go on for days with the layers of consciousness that can come in. And I've even had to do it through myself. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because when I looked at it from a larger, zoomed out perspective, there was actually psychic attack in the field that created this experience in the physical realm, which I could not see because I was looking through the very human lens. Hence why I like to look through all of the dimensional experiences, because the things that happen in our human reality have a multi-dimensional aspect to it. And so I'm sharing this with you. And how important it is to even recognize where we have vulnerability points. And it's easy to say, oh, it's fear, or oh, it's this. It's not to be afraid of these beings. They do not have influence unless we allow it. We may need to go through processes to clear from the psychic realm, because psychic attack is happening from the higher dimensional realms. And it's felt through the field when you hold a massive amount of light. And I may run out of time here, so I'm going to condense it a little bit. So if anywhere in your being you are holding fear, it's going to be important to look at that, because, and it's not just, oh, it's fear of what? Understanding what is within your being that is even allowing individuals to do it. Two, it's sitting in your space and pulling anything out of the field that may be causing influence. And I'm going to sum it up here. Recognizing your power. And even the darkness or the evil will show you how powerful you are. And so to remember that you can remove beings, you can revoke consent for influences, and this is a large part of the work that I do to help clear individuals. And so if you're needing deeper support, please feel free to reach out. But the intention was to highlight to you that even when these other beings come in, it's highlighting our power.